Good morning. Today is the 3rd of August and here we are at Toddington railway station in Gloucestershire for the 2024 post-Abingdon weekender, incorporating what they're calling MG 100 and Rover 120. It is the 100th anniversary of the MG brand, although that start date I think is slightly open for interpretation, but 924 is what MG themselves say, so we'll go with that. And yeah, it is actually the 120th anniversary of the foundation of Rover making cars, although they existed before that as a bicycle manufacturer. We've got quite a few cars already here. I've actually borrowed a car for this event as well, like I did for the BMC Leyland show last month. We'll see that in a moment. But we'll have a look at some of the other things that are here. There was about to be a road run in maybe sort of 15-20 minutes. I think I'm taking part in that, so I'd better get on with this first bit. So we have relatively early MGF here, 9697 on a P. Can't remember if this is just a standard one or if it's a VVC. Having actually lived with a facelifted MGF during that last show, I mentioned the BBC Leyland show, I can tell you all about them, and actually there was an episode of No Budget Reviews coming out on the experience I had with that car at some point. Contrast here is a late TF. This is a Spark, which is a special edition. I think it was a 2004-2005. This registration covers both, so this was sort of towards the end of production for them, although there is a much later one here as well than that as well. Did a YSET as well twice. And we've got the more exciting version of the TF here, which is the 1.8 VVC to 160 in Trophy Blue 2003. Most of the TS came with an interior that actually is this sort of colour, although that centre section has been sort of lighted a bit here, because I imagine actually quite like the owner of this car, you're not so fond maybe on it all being entirely sombre. You could get other interior options, but the standard one was just all black. This is late registration 2006, although production finished April 2005, so this would have hung around for a while, which is sort of common unfortunately with a lot of these Rovers and MGs at the time. They actually, the later ones I've seen I think are an 11 plate, the ones that were maybe completed under the administrators or just hung around for a long time. Late MGF here, this is a 2001, oh, it's for sale. Oh, cool, 07832 264446. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. Interesting, this is a special edition or something with these sort of purple seats. So it's sort of similar to the one that I actually used at the BMC Leyland show. It's the same year, it's a 2001. I think we've got a few cosmetic jobs to do on this though at some point. But there we go, could be good fun. Tuna no crust. I wonder what that refers to. Another Trophy Blue TF here. I think this is probably with the unpainted door handle. I think this is a 115, which is a 1.6 litre. They're still quite fun actually, the 1.6s. So yeah, I was saying earlier about the continuation cars. This is a continuation one. It's an LE 500 from 2009. Yes, that's not a mistake. It is a 2009. They made these with the N series, not K series, N series engine from knockdown kits stood over from China from 2008 to 2011. The only problem with one of these is that, well, when they were new, you could buy something like that for much less money that's very similar, and so most people didn't bother buying the new generation of the TS under Nanjing Automotive, which is a shame. Nowadays I think they're quite sort of valuable. So if we look at it here, you can see they've got a completely different instrument cluster for a start, and there are some other changes as well. Right, now we start having to be a bit careful. We start on Rover 75. This one is a Cowley built car, and I'm very optimistic this is a petrol one. Yes it is, it's a 2.5 V6 in Wedgwood Blue, which is very nice. And we have first of many ZRs here. This is a 2004-5 facelift. Don't know exactly what engine it's got in it, other than it's been towing. I don't think I've seen too many of these used as tow cars. Right, we can go either the front or the back. Let's go around the front actually to this row. It'll actually be quicker for me if I do that anyway. And then we've got Another MGF here. This is a 99, it's a facelifted one, and it's got a beige leather interior. That's interesting, isn't it? I haven't got any wood in here. What do we have? We have a beige leather interior in wood. Excellent. And then we've got another one of these cars that actually is quite rare now. This is a pre-facelift MG6. They were made pre-facelift form from 2011 to 2015. This one is a Kavachi engine. It's similar again to the K series. The N series were made by Nanjing Automotive. The Kavachi engines were made by Shanghai Automotive, and this is a turbo version, 158 horsepower. I have actually filmed two of these. One Magnet, which was the saloon, and the GT version is this one, owned by a gentleman who actually here, but in a different car. They're fun to drive on sort of open roads, but not so much fun in town. The gearboxes aren't the best, in my opinion, or the clutches. Another facelifted ZR here, 2004 to 5. I'll go underneath this tape. There we go. Excellent. Yeah. Again, I don't know whether it's just like a basic 105 or if it's a bit spicier than that. So a lot of the time the 160s do sound the back, but it's not all the time. And we've got a couple of Tomcats here. This one here is it's a relatively late one. It's 98 and 99, and 99 was for last year for the Tomcat. It's got the dashboard in this one out of the R3200, so you can set a later one. So this will either have the 1.6 or 1.8 K series. 1.8 will be a VVC. Still a very, very handsome car, and that one's in really, really nice condition actually. The earlier one here is in Tahiti blue. This has got the earlier dash in it, so yeah, they didn't really change the exterior when they sort of facelifted it in inverted commas. They just changed the sort of dashboard and some other things, but that is sort of 95, 96 on an N. And then I think we've got another TF115, which is a 1.6. I don't know exactly what year it is, but it's got a personal plate on it, which is very appropriate. Again, trophy blue and some fancier door handles. A couple of friends there as well. And someone's also brightened the interior up a little bit, which again is something that actually a lot of people do think to do. We've got something much, much older here. This is an MGA. This is actually an early one. It's not a twin cam, it's not a 600, it's an early one. And that is a very nice looking car indeed, isn't it? We'll have to come back to that in a second. We'll go on to this Rover Vitesse, very late Vitesse, 1999 to 2000 on a V plate. That's not an information sheet or anything. I think I forgot that these actually had steering wheel controls towards the end of it. This is if it's a Vitesse, it's probably a good old T series turbo, and I have driven one of these. It was a 95 one I drove. This is a much later one than that. Someone's obviously a fan of Ian Seabrook's channel, and it's got the lovely wheels on it, Recaro seats and everything. I think they're like 190 horsepower or something. I think it does vary slightly depending on some of them, but so this has never happened before in one of these Shambolic Shuffles viewers, but a gentleman had a medical emergency just as I was filming, and Mr. Cox from the Cars of JC channel came and advised me that it might be best to film what was going on. So the air ambulance has been here, the police turned up, the ambulance, they came remarkably quickly. The ambulance actually wasn't needed, which is good. The gentleman's going to be taken to hospital, but this is a car channel, so we shall continue with just explaining what's in the background in case you're sort of concerned. It's all under control, I think. So Captain Sensible, yes, 2003 to 4 MG ZT 160 that's been put back on the road. I think the sills have had some attention and things like that, which is a common thing on these, to actually have issues with it. Mr. Cox himself has brought this very, very clean looking Rover 25 with a very, very nice detailed K-series engine bay. And we've got some chrome mirrors as well, which is good. I think they've been added on actually. He's got several cars of this sort of type. This is just one of them, of course. But that is nice. Also nice is this MGZR that has come from Germany, owned by Philip. It is right-hand drive. It's not a mistake. It's a German registered car from Dortmund, but it is actually a right-hand drive, which is good. Let the police get out of the way, and then we'll move on to a couple of cars. One of these I actually brought myself. Dan has this very nice MGZ TT 180 with the 2.5 litre KV6. There's Instagram there if you want to see more of what he does. This is monogram Poseidon, this particular one. This is the SE model. And then he actually lent me this one. This is it's not actually what it says on here. It is monogram Caledonian, but this is actually a 190, so it's again got the 2.5 KV6 engine. You see it says 190 on the side. And so it is a petrol, and we can talk about it, which is good, because there are certain things, viewers, we don't discuss on this channel. Just had the gearbox linkage sort of improved a little bit by Mr. Cole before I came out, because when I picked it up it was a difficult to change gear. That's now been improved. It does need some new cables in it, but it's okay. But we have another car that I've actually filmed myself, which was back in January 2023, this 2000 Rover 25 GTI. This was the sort of predecessor to the MGZR. When these were launched in 1999, of course, BMW still owned the company. So MG weren't brought back as a maker of hatchbacks, but after a couple of years they actually stopped making these and sort of morphed into the ZR, really. Then we've got a lovely high specification 2001 registered 75 here. I think this is actually, if you look at the sills, it's got black sills. I think this is actually a Cowley built car. It's very nice, with the 2.5 V6 engine. It's owned by Jake, wherever Jake is, after the little excitement there. Everyone's been moving around. Then we've got another variation on the ZT platform here. This is a 260. It's a pre-facelift, 2003 to 4. I have driven one of these. It was a 2005 registered car, I think the one I drove. You can see it's actually got a different centre console there for the gear lever, because this has actually got a 4.6 litre V8 Ford engine, which is rated as one in the Mustang. Then we've got MGZS. I think this is a 180 actually, this one. It's a 2005, and X-Power Grey is the name of this colour. I've driven an identical car actually. I drove it quite a while ago now. It was fun. These are quite firm riding cars, but they do handle quite well. Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel has brought his Mini. It's a 1991 Mini City called Millie. Millie's got a roof box at the moment. Not the fastest things. I haven't driven this one, but I have driven a car with the same engine and gearbox in it, and not the fastest. But Millie is actually non-standard, but some very sort of individual mods. He's had this car for years, and you know it needs a little bit of work. I think there's something to do with oil going on, and obviously it's like a lot of Minis, they need some rust treatment, but actually it's not too bad. Then we have one of my favourite cars that's here is this Rover 600. I really like Rover 600s. I've owned one. We filmed many of them on the channel. I recently filmed a 620 Ti actually, which will be coming up on No Budget Reviews at some point, because we only paid £900 for it, which a 620 Ti is crazy. This one I don't think is one of them. It's not got the right interior for a start. Be one of the Honda engine ones, which are far more common. That is, I think, Nightfire Red, as far as I remember, 97, 98. And then we have a very nice Honda Concerto. This is very similar to the R8 Rover 200s. In fact, they were built side by side at Longbridge. Concerto EX, yes. 1.6, 1990 to 1991 on an H. See, yeah, they are very similar. It's actually got anti-lock brakes in it, which was not a very common thing at the time in a car like this. Pre-facelift Concerto. They were much less common in this country than the Rovers. Then we've got another ZR. This is a 2006 or 7 registered car, one of the sort of later registered ones. Forget the name of the colour. It might even be the same colour that my Rover 45 V6 was, which is Starlight Silver. I'm afraid Mr. Brooke from Beards and Bangers channel, I'll have to skip your car. We have discussed that already, so he doesn't mind. Then we go on to some more MG ZS action. Again, I think this is another 180. A lot of them have 2 spoilers like this one does. Again, it's the same sort of era as the other grey one. 75, this is a Tourer 2002 to 3 on a 52 plate. 2.5 V6. Again, I think it looks like a monogram interior in there, which is nice. Yes, it's Connoisseur SE. Very, very nice indeed. Has got all sorts of additional extras on it as well. One thing that's interesting is that this is one of the very, very last, the original MG3 that was actually brought out in this country. It's technically a Mark II because there was an MG3 in China in the late 2000s as well, which is a modified Rover Streetwise. But yeah, of this generation, this is one of the last ones. A 2024 plate. The colour, oh dear, I've forgotten what the name of this colour is. I think it's Brixton Blue. This, I think, is an exclusive nav model. So that's what's just been discontinued, and this is actually very similar to the second car that ever appeared on the channel, because we used to own one of these, and it was almost the same as this. The only difference between this, it was a 14 plate, and we had alligators on this car to protect the wheels, but it's a 3 style, and it's almost identical, which brings me back a lot of memories for me, actually. Crazy. Right, we're going to have to be a bit careful about that one, viewers. We'll look at it in a second, but first of all, we'll go down and take a look at some more in this row. Someone's left me an information sheet here, that's good. It's 2004. Actually say it just says a ZR. Oh well. Never mind. Yeah. Oh, we're glad I was careful about that ZTT there, viewers. My radar is very much up to date. I don't want to be caught out. Let's go straight on to this very, very nice sort of monogram, I can't remember the name of this colour now, monogram 75 Tourer, again with a V6 engine. Oh, viewers, now this is better, isn't it? Oh yes, a beige leather interior with wood and piping. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. After the excitement we just had, obviously that is something that made me feel far more at home. Then MG Midget, this is RTR22S, this is a 1978 Pageant Blue. Oh, there's no phone number on there, that's a shame. Oh no, sorry, 07980 903826, Mr. Bill. But if your power channel says this could be yours. Yeah, you can get these for under £5,000. This one looks like quite a nice one, and if it were me, I would just leave those bumpers alone. I think it looks good that way, but obviously opinions do differ of such things. 2005 MG ZS. I think this is just like a 120. By this stage, actually, the suspension had been revised on them, so they drove maybe slightly better than sort of before. So again, opinions sort of vary. And then we've got another ZR here, quite an early one, 51 plate, so 2002 to 2001 to 2. I don't know if this is a VVC. I don't think it is. I think this is just a normal one. Could be wrong. Generally with these, it's got actually different rear lights on this. Generally with these, it does say on the back if it's a 160. Right, be careful with this car belongs to Jason. Yeah. Right. Okay, let's go up to the next row. 2001 to 2 MGF, right at the end actually, this one. And we've got the leather seats in this. It's very similar to the one that I borrowed for the BMC Leyland show. And we've got, oh, I like these very much. MGR V8.
Yeah, it was a surprise birthday present.
Personal plate on this one, but they're made for I think it's 92 to 95, something like that. They're very similar to an MGB, but they have a lot of sort of changes to them. This one's got, oh, it's a lovely, lovely beige leather interior as well, with wood. Nightfire red. It's a Japanese spec one, perhaps. I don't know. Not actually windows though, which is always, you know, was maybe wonder whether how they were really aimed at very luxurious, inclined people or not.
No,
yeah.
No.
Beige leather interior with wood.
Inquired one of the stewards. Oh right, yeah.
Very nice.
Because nobody's actually seen this yet.
And then we've got,
You're right.
this is atmosphere, this ZT. I think this is a V8 one. It goes up to 7,000. Yeah, I think this is one of the V8 ones. It's a ZT260. Very nice. The gearbox is quite stiff, but they make a great noise. This one, I think, and this one we're going to have to skip. Let's go on to the next section. Mr. Bill and I were talking about this. Obviously, he's much more expert on minis than I am. 9293 Mini Italian Job Special Edition. Hello to Bungalow, I think you call it on Instagram. So obviously made to celebrate the film, although much later. The film came out in 1969, so don't quite know why at that particular time, but you know, Italian Job is a good fun, isn't it? Yeah, it's all very correct. I don't know about the wheels, but apart from that, it looks all very correct to me.
It's all factory standard.
Thank you. Then this isn't factory standard, is it? With these wheels, this MGF, it's had so right out, it's been sort of pumped up with hydrogas or something on that. Just interesting. Right, this is a very, very early one. It's a 99 to 2000. This would be another Cowley car. Oh yes, yeah, petrol, manual, V6, beige leather interior with wooden piping. It's a 2 litre V6 actually, like in my old 45 V6. Excellent. That's it's not bad. We're doing well. And then we've got sort of later one here. There are some sort of detail changes between that and this one. Just make sure we can. Yeah, we're okay. More beige leather interior with wood. Superb. The sort of thing that we like. Oh yes, a V6 badge I would have should have known, didn't I? I like this colour on this ZR. 2004. And then we've got, it's interesting, that's I think it's a non-standard engine in this one actually. It's the K series rather than the KB6. It's not a 120 or anything. I think that's one of the kind of rare ones that's actually got either the VVC engine in it or 1.8 turbo. And then another MGF for a good measure, Mark 1 9798. So we've got another one of the continuation cars here. Don't exactly know what year this is, but I'll look at the dials to be absolutely sure. Oh, hang on.
Here's an author.
Unusual colour. Very unusual colour that. So not a continuation car, and the dials are just normal ones. And then this is ZT190, 2005 to 2006. And then a couple of MGX Power SVs or SVRs. We'll take a look at these and see if any of them are ours. The R's had even more stupid power, like bonkers power. And that is an SVR. There we go. Look, they're only made from 2003 to 2005. This is just the normal one. Lots of sort of bits in here from Ford and Fiat and things like that, including the front lights. They're off a Mark 1 Mark 2 Fiat Punto. And then I think this is one of the earliest MG Metros existing. It's an 82. This one, which is pretty good. Right, I better get down to the other side. Another TF here, but my eye's drawn to this. A V8 Rover 75 Tourer in this extraordinary colour. Also with a beige leather interior and wood. The 75 V8s tended to all be automatic, whereas the ZT260s tended to be manual. So here we are, viewers. Unfortunately, I was so preoccupied with trying to film all the cars that were there that I missed the start of the road run, and for some reason I've not got any directions, which has been entirely my fault. I didn't ask for them, but one place I know that is round here, it's about half an hour or so away, is the Piston Club, which is kind of near Stratford-on-Avon. So I think we'll take a drive out there and see what this car is like. Actually, the with a bit more information about what this car's like in a very vague vlog, but I'll be recording, I think, also in this session, because that explains a little bit more as to why I'm actually in this today. Might flip the camera around and to take a look at the sort of road that I'm on. I don't know if that will be any good or anything. Let's turn that stereo down a bit. There we go. Yeah, so we'll go down to Piston Club at Stratford, and then we'll come back and see if anything else has turned up, and that might be it for the first part of this video. Superb. Actually, I've not got the mountain away with this angle, so that's good. See the wiper blade there. So we're just on our way towards Broadway. It's a good road, this, actually. The car is handling it quite well. Obviously, it's wanting to go faster than actually this road is, but that's normal, isn't it? So a pleasant day down in the Cotswolds. Pleasant group of people, just obviously unpleasantness with the chap who's had the seizure, which is a real shame. It's the first time, I think, this Shambolic shuffle history have been interrupted by a medical emergency. But I didn't film things like the ambulance departing and arriving. I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. Some people have got some footage of it, but I didn't feel like I should be doing that. Right, let's make our way over to the Piston Club, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later. So it seems pretty quiet here, to be honest. There is a bit of JDM stuff here, the area I've parked in. I'm more interested though in this Bedford CF ice cream van, the 7273. I do remember just about those being around when I was younger, and if you wanted an ice cream, that's what you looked out for. But yes, don't really know anything about bikes, viewers, so that's not something you'll be hearing about. And we will make our way back to Toddington. I think it'll be a nice drive. So far it has been a nice drive today, actually, even though it's not the official road run. Right, viewers, let's get out of here. Is it a couple of Mazda 3 MPSs? Yes, it is. Yeah, Honda Civic Type Rs, and then a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Off we go. See if we can get some acceleration up when we're leaving, and then I can actually let you hear the sound of the engine. We're going to be here a little while. I'll cut a bit out if necessary. Right. Oh, that sounds good, viewers. Right. Enough of my hooliganism. Let's get back to the show. Right, viewers, it's actually much later on in the day. It's sort of the end of the first day, really, and a lot of people have sort of packed up and gone. There will be more cars actually here tomorrow. I have been offered to go in this very nice 2001 Cowley built 75 Connoisseur SE that was a Japanese market car originally, but it actually came back to this country. It wasn't sold over there and was registered in 2001, so it's very nice. I might have a go in that at some point, well, not today or tomorrow, but at some point. But yes, we'll be back tomorrow when there'll be a lot more cars here, so thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again in the second part for some even more incorrect information.